Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Abel Vasquez Asuna and this is my informative project for my English 2010 class. This is what I like to call the healthcare cost crisis. But before we continue, I'd like to begin by defining some medical jargon terms so that you can make this presentation a lot better for yourselves and get the most out of what I'm about to tell you guys. I've used healthcare.gov and dictionary.com to help me define these terms in the simplest ways for you guys to understand and get the most out of them. To begin with, a deductible is the amount of money you pay in healthcare costs before your insurance helps cover you. A copayment is a fixed amount payment for your medical expenses after you've hit your deductible. An out-of-pocket maximum is the highest amount of money you have to pay for healthcare costs in a year. Afterwards, your insurance pays for the rest of the year. A premium is the amount paid by the policyholder, that's you, for coverage under contract. This is usually a monthly fee, and it helps cover basic medical needs such as clinical visits, doctor visits, or, in some situations, prescription drugs. And an overhead cost is a fixed cost of running a business. Now, let us begin by looking at this chart that gives us an overview of the Medicaid spending history and a forecast from the years 2000 to 2027. This is the main reason why I've made this presentation, to show everyone that healthcare costs are increasing. From the year 2000 to 2016, the Medicaid spending of the US doubled, more than doubled. And if we look at a forecast from 2017 to 2027, it has, from 2016, more than doubled again, or doubled again. This is a very, very scary topic because we are increasing our medical costs. Not very good. Not very good at all. Let's begin with some facts. Did you know that the United States has one of the most expensive healthcare systems in the world? 1/5 of the total cost is just on administrative purposes, and the cost of health insurance as a whole has only continued to increase. Now let's look at why, or some of the reasons why healthcare is so expensive. Some of the reasons are aging. We are getting older, so we need more healthcare. We are making better and more expensive technology to help us give better healthcare. We have a lot of chronic diseases because we are getting older. A lot of older people are dealing with hypertension or high blood pressure or chronic pains that last a lifetime. And we are also spending a lot of money into preventable diseases such as diabetes, obesities, and cancer. Cancer can be detected early, which can be categorized as a preventable disease. A great strong quote from the Health Information Technology Foundation is that between 1960 and 2009, the average cost of healthcare in the United States increased from about $147 to $8,086 per person per year. That's a 55 times greater cost from 1960 to 2009. That is very, very expensive. The administration is also expensive. Due to the multi-payer system that the United States has adopted over the last decades, over the many decades actually, our paperwork has increased by a lot. According to Aliyah Jawani and all the contributors, billing and insurance related costs represented 18% of the US healthcare expenditures. That's a fifth. 1/5 of the costs were just to bill you. Crazy. Another great quote from Aliyah and all her contributors is that billing and insurance-related costs in the U.S. healthcare system totaled approximately $471 billion in the U.S. in 2012. $471 billion. That's a lot of $1 spicy chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. Now, I'd like to just focus on one disease, and so that we can see how it'll have increased over the last over the last set of years. By looking at cancer and looking at research topics according to Angela and all of her contributors who made a projection of the cost of cancer care in the United States from 2010 to 2020, her work or Their work showed us that the total cost of cancer care in 2020 is projected to be $173 billion, which is an increase of 39% from 2010. We are just 3 short years away from this, people. Really expensive care. This is just for cancer, for one disease. Their work contributed to different types of cancers, and when all added together, this is what the cost for cancer was. Now, try to imagine how much the care of cost is going to be for all diseases together. During an interview with Grace Faulkner, who was a case manager assistant at Intermountain Healthcare, she gave me a lot of perspective of what it looks like to work on the inside and deal with this. It is a very messy system. It is not the best of systems that we have implemented in the United States because we have given too much power to our private health insurances. Because of this, our insurance or our costs because of insurances have increased a lot. Since insurance companies are the ones paying most of the money, then they kind of get to choose how much to charge to make a profit. A great and strong quote from Grace Faulkner is the following: "I think we need to take back a lot of power back from health insurances." And a great way to do it, as she suggested, was a single payer system. You can follow the link on the screen to take you to this great interview that I had with her, where you will learn a lot of what it looks like to deal with insurances from the inside. So we are trying to change it. We are trying to make health insurance better in the U.S. And it all started with President Barack Obama. President Barack Obama tried to pass the law and passed it called the Affordable Care Act, or also known as Obamacare. This was the first major attempt to help fix some of the problems that we are facing with our private health insurance. The main goals were to make healthcare more affordable, open to everyone, and to not be deniable to anyone. This has come under fire this last year since the presidential change from President Barack Obama to President Donald Trump, and Obamacare is being repealed to be replaced by something better. This has been my presentation on the healthcare cost crisis. Listed on screen are my works cited and all the great sources that I've used to bring this short little piece of information to you. I hope that you've all learned something and taken away something from this, because we are all affected by health insurance and what's going to happen in the world, because we all need health insurance or health care. I hope that you all have learned something and that you've taken away that we can try to do something about this. This has been my presentation. My name is Abel Vasquez, and I hope you have a wonderful day.